Hi, I'm Meredith Bell, your voice of encouragement. I want you to think for a moment about someone in your life with whom you try to have conversations, but they usually deteriorate into or escalate into a heated argument. If you have teenagers in your home, you don't have to look very far for this person, but it could be someone at work or someone else among your family or friends. As I described the approach to you today that's different from what you're using now, I want you to keep this person in mind. What I want to tell you about is a skill called dialogue. Now, we use that term dialogue a lot, but I have a specific meaning associated with it. And it makes a huge difference when you use dialogue in conversations with people that you care about. There are two key steps to this. The first one requires you to do two things. Listen carefully so you really get what the person is telling you, and then skillfully ask questions to help you understand what's behind their thinking, their opinion, or their belief. What you want to do is explore the assumptions they have, the facts they're basing their opinion on, and the reasoning they've used to draw the conclusions that they have. Now, the way that you ask these questions is very important, because if you say, well, why do you think that? Now you're going to put them off and cause them to be on the defensive even more. A different way of asking a similar question would simply be, that is really interesting. I'd like to know more about what caused you to draw that conclusion. Because what you're trying to do is really learn here. Find out what's going on in that other person's brain. So that's the first thing that you want to do in dialogue. The second thing is talking about what's behind your own thoughts and opinions, because when you can articulate what your facts, assumptions, and reasoning are to another person, then it helps them understand better where you're coming from. So the goal of dialogue is not to try to convince another person or even to be convinced by them. That could be a byproduct of the process. But what you're really trying to do is understand them and have them understand you. After all, that is one of the deepest core needs that every one of us has as a human being, to be understood by someone else. So if you take the time to inquire of that other person what's going on in their heads, it does a couple of things. It makes them feel valued, and it also causes them to really try to think about the reason behind the opinion or belief that they have without feeling threatened or challenged. Because as soon as you come across attacking them, they're going to revert back to defensiveness. So the next time that someone important to you states an opinion and you're tempted to come back with an immediate reaction or your own opinion or trying to argue or push your perspective, I want to encourage you to stop and think about how you can listen more closely to them and how you can ask them questions that will draw out their thinking so they feel encouraged by you and valued by you. What greater gift can you give to another person?